I know all of them weren't forced, but y'all, they had 26 turnovers. What was the key there? I know the press seemed like it worked, but did y'all just kind of speed them up a little bit, I guess?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to speed them up, but it was also for us. We needed to speed up. We thrive off our defense, so once we get our defense going, that's when we can get stops. We can play in offense. So yes, to speed them up, but also to help us just get our fire.
Obviously, a lot of success on the offensive end for you. It's kind of been that way all year. What's it like when you get going like that? Do you feel like you're kind of in a zone? And what was that like tonight in particular?
I mean, I honestly just have to give the biggest shout out to my teammates. I mean, they find me every time, and they're just very unselfish. So just a lot of credit to them because, I can't get those points without them. I guess you could say I'm in a zone, and just like they find me. We look for each other. So honestly and truly, just shout out to them. Like, I got to create my shot because of them.
Yeah, you guys had 33 points off the bench. What's the buy-in like, and can you talk a little about that defensive effort too?
Coach Tony kind of talked to us about like 7 games left, so we just putting it all in. We got to work hard and work harder.
What about attacking the glass, Buggs? I mean, you've also been doing that all year and creating second chance opportunities, like especially on the offensive end. How game changing is that, and how much of a difference can that make?
It's big for us. I mean, we have a lot of shooters, so anything to get extra possessions, they're gonna count. We're gonna need them. We're gonna be in tight games, so just going to the boards and be able to have those opportunities and just be able to pass them out so my teammates can get that shot get that shot. It's huge, and just I think it's just preparing us for the future as well. Like, we're gonna be in tough situations, and we need those possessions. So I mean, why not just keep at it and yeah.
Are we getting them? Yeah, we're getting full West Virginia. I'm good. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Nicki, I guess since we neglected to ask the players about it, you guys are in first place now. What does that mean to you with 6 games left?
I think it means that our goals are still attainable. But I think there's about, 7 teams right now that still feel like their goals are attainable. So a lot's going to happen in these last 3 weeks. When you look at the teams with 2, 3, and 4 losses, because we're all going to have to face each other. What I'm grateful for is we are where we are, and we're in control of our own destiny. We play the teams that are on the level with us, and and the ones that are right behind us. So, obviously it's going to be a huge game against West Virginia on Tuesday for that reason. But proud of our girls for putting themselves in this situation, and we got to keep working.
We asked the players a similar question. Obviously, you didn't force all of them, but 26 turnovers by BYU. What'd you like about the defensive effort from y'all tonight, and how game changing is that? At the end of the day.
Yeah, I like the turnovers. I didn't like that we didn't convert enough off of turnovers. I didn't really like that they shot 54% and we put them on the line 17 times when we didn't turn them over. So from that perspective. It was kind of feast or famine today. So we either turned them over or they scored. And I think that, playing pressure defense, you're going to create those. And I thought there were stretches in the first half that we did an elite job of congesting on the drive and digging out balls and creating live ball turnovers. But there were also balls that they just threw in the stands. And is that because they felt sped up? There's something to be said for that as well. But when teams shoot 54%, it's a little frustrating because I think we're better than that. I think individually and collectively, I think we're better than that. And I thought we let their leading scorers get too many open shots versus, okay, if they're going to take a lot of shots and be their leading scorers, we need to make them inefficient. And they were efficient, and, we fouled Gibbs a lot. So I think we could have been better on both sides of the ball, honestly.
Buggs scored a career high and then also kind of owned the offensive glass. What did you see from her that made her so effective?
She was just Buggs. She was Buggs. I mean, she it's the first thing on everybody's scouting report that she's going to the glass. And when you look at, she drew 8 fouls. She probably could have drawn 15, because when someone takes a shot, they were two arms, 2 hands, face guard, trying to keep her off the glass. And that's a respect thing. It's not like I thought they were being dirty or anything like that, but I think, it's kind of like when you get that assignment, it's whatever you do, you don't have to get the rebound, but you can't let her get the rebound type of situation. But she's just not deterred. They hold her, she keeps going. They hold her the next time, she keeps going. I thought she ran the floor, and she was still at the end of the game playing with better pace than anybody on the floor, and she played the most minutes by 10. Obviously I felt like she needed to be out on the floor for us tonight, at both ends, from a defensive rebounding perspective, from an offensive rebounding perspective, because we weren't really making shots. So, we needed to get backside rebounds in particular, because we got open threes. We just didn't make as many as we've been making.
What about bench production? I mean, y'all kind of had that for most of the year, I would say, but I mean, Yaya and Aaliyah really gave y'all a lift. What's it like whenever they get going and kind of provide an additional punch?
Yeah, well, obviously Yaya has been great all year. Like, I just think she's been super effective for us, and it doesn't matter if she scores 8 or 18. Her plus minus has been really good when she's been on the floor this season. What I love the most is we're going to get in transition. We're going to get the ball ahead. We're going to create tempo by our wings really running the floor. Now you add Aaliyah to that, and she got a layup right when she came in doing the same thing. And, and so her addition gives us that opportunity that when Sarah's in foul trouble, I mean, obviously the lineup that really kind of pressed things out tonight were with Jada, Aaliyah, Yaya, Buggs, and Nettie. Like, that was the lineup that really kind of created a lot of opportunities. And I thought Kyla's minutes early were pretty good, but then I thought she was playing dead behind on a kid that was just going to work. And she's too athletic to just let her catch and score around her. So, she needs to be challenged. Like, she's too athletic, she's too long, she can be too good, to just let that kid score on her. So, and I thought Kayla looked like a freshman, but I think Aaliyah and Yaya are playing great, and they're building more and more confidence, and they're playing well together, which is great, because then we get a little more rest for Jada, we get a lot more rest for Sarah, because we can play either of those. On a lot of nights it'll be, Bella for Buggs, and then I can rest Buggs. But Buggs was just so good tonight, and she just didn't look tired. So, maybe that's crazy, considering the score, but I think the way they were getting shots and making shots, I was worried about resting her too soon, because you saw how quickly 20 went to 12. And so, I think obviously Tuesday night's going to be a big night, but I just know Buggs is used to this.
I think you touched on it a little bit there, but was that frustrating in the fourth quarter when they cut it to 20 or from 20 to 12, and it just felt like maybe, I don't know if you took your foot off the gas, you came out of the press, when you were up 22 or whatever in the third.
Yeah, I think it was a couple things. I think we missed 4 free throws in a row. It wasn't as if our runs came certainly when we were getting stops, but we were basically trading baskets in the third quarter. Like, we weren't getting stops, but we were scoring. And then we just didn't hold serve. Like, we missed 4 free throws or 5 free throws in the fourth quarter. So all of a sudden we've scored 20 points again. I mean, Jada doesn't go 0 for 2 from the line very often. And so, I think from that perspective, we gave up 20 points in the third and 22 points in the fourth. And, we can't go under screens on, I don't care who's in the game. We subbed Wise in the game. She went under on a screen from 11 and she buried a deep 3. She was top of the scouting report. So, you lose a little intensity sometimes, when you're up. But that was a lot of it. I mean, I think we didn't make shots. We didn't make free throws. But I think that whole game came down to just trading a lot of baskets, especially the second half. Thank you.